welcome back to Straight Bat. This is our A1 wrap for the first half of the year, and we've got our special guest in with us from Flinders Park, Lachlan Tosh. Lachie, welcome. How are you going tonight?
Well, thank you, Raj. Good to see you, mate.
Been a while, mate, hasn't it?
It has, yeah, it has.
How many years, you reckon?
Oh, I'd be a good 4 or 5, mate.
Good to see you back playing.
Thanks, mate. It's good to see you haven't grown any hair either.
Actually, this is fresh cut,
beautiful.
Mate. Fresh cut.
So let's you guys have also got a bit of history. Might touch on that a bit later, but just tell us a bit about your cricket journey, where you started and how you ended up at Flinders Park.
Yeah, so I started I played most of my cricket out at Flagstaff Hill.
Yep.
Although it's a metro-based club, they played in a lot of country leagues. So Southern Cricket Association then moved to the Hills. So it was good to play a lot of my cricket up in the country.
Yeah.
Played all my junior cricket out at Southern Districts, and then moved to Sturt for my last couple of years of 16s and first year of seniors. Was fortunate enough to get an opportunity to go and play in Scotland too, which was great when I was 19.
Fantastic.
Funny accents. My old man is Scottish, so I was somewhat used to it, but took some custom.
You got an uncle Kenny?
No, I don't. No.
Kenny Tosh?
Soccer player, wasn't he? Yeah.
He's Eco Walling Systems here in Adelaide.
Is
so,
he? Yeah, right.
Mad Scotsman. Very good soccer player as well.
Yep. Not me, mate. I can't kick the round ball. Sorry. So played my last couple of years out at Sturt, and then came back to Flagstaff Hill, my junior club. Played there for another sort of 3 or so years, then moved to Melbourne.
Right.
So I was there for 4 years, played for Old Zavs and Elwood Cricket Club in the South Eastern Cricket Association, and took a couple of years off when I came back.
Okay.
Was good mates with Kyle Petty, and I knew Matt Overall quite well playing at Southern Districts, who were at me for a couple of years to get across, and I made the jump last year. So I'm thoroughly enjoying my time there.
And he's left you. Kyle's left you.
Both of them have, actually. Kyle and Matt.
What'd you do
thanks,
more?
boys. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's great.
You take all the salary cap, did you?
Yeah. All in my back pocket was these big pockets.
Fantastic. And have you found this, I guess the standard of A1 this year is pretty strong comp?
It is, yeah. It's a big jump from A2 to A1. It's, A2 you could sort of get away with probably, having, 4 or 5 players contributing every week. But, A1s, it goes a hell of a lot deeper. So it's been a really good challenge. Obviously, like I said, and we touched on both Kyle and Matt have moved on, a couple of others. So it's a bit of a squad refresh for us this year. And we recruited quite well, I believe. So
who'd you pick up?
Picked up Josiah Jibb from Adelaide Uni.
That's how you pronounce his surname. Every week we said he'd been taking wickets, and we look at each other and
I shouldn't have told you that. I should have just
we call him JJ.
Let you fumble through that.
I call him Grr. He's well again, another 3 for 22.
So he picked up Oscar Forster from Glenelg, a handy keeper bat. Sam Rose came back to the club after a little bit of time off. He's been doing quite well as a solid all-rounder for us. So, although, there's some pretty big shoes to fill, I think in terms of how we've managed to fill them, we've done quite well.
Yeah, and you're saying off air, although you're kind of down towards the bottom half of the ladder, maybe not truly reflective of how the first half of the year's gone. You've been in most games.
Yeah, Raj, it's been a frustrating, I guess, first half of the year for us. Like you said, although if you look at the ladder, you'd probably say that we're struggling a bit, but the reality is we've been in every single game and in winning positions in every single game, apart from the Hope Valley game where they comprehensively outplayed us. Last week against Scotch, they did us in the last over. Week prior to that, we had 50 runs to get with 6 in hand, and it was a second week washout against Woody South. And then a couple of games prior to that against Trinity, they beat our score 9 down, and we bowled them out and over later. So we take two out of those 3 at least, and all of a sudden we're pushing top 4. But at the moment we're in a relegation battle for the second half of the year. So we've been okay, but probably just not good enough to win.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nah, that's what's going on down there. Shuffle still
He is, yes, Shuffs. Yeah, great man. Old Shuffs. I actually found out his name was Brenton for the first time at the end of last year because he is just Shuffs around the club. But a great club man. He's obviously been around there for a long, long time. Contributes heavily in footy and cricket season. So it's great to have supporters like Shuffs around.
Mr. Minavini as well?
Yes. All the Minavinis. You got Vince and Serge is still a long-time scorer for us. So it's great to have both of them around the club.
I reckon he pulled the whites on, 2 years ago.
Serge did.
Yeah, I reckon.
Christ,
played with Vince. And I reckon they were short, and I reckon he played.
Great man, Serge. Very good man.
Is he still scoring?
He is.
That's how Vince makes runs. You always look at that. He didn't make that.
Sneaks a few in there. Yeah, okay.
Carry the 2 times by 10. Yeah, no.
Well, maybe you should get one of your relative scoring wars. Might help you. But let's have a look at have a look at the results for round 6. And as you said, you guys came up 3 runs short, unfortunately. Old Scotch 206, Jock O'Connell. Is that the old Mercedes boy?
Oh, it is Big Jock, the fireman.
58,
so,
yeah.
Is he still bowling quick?
He bowls a heavy ball, he digs it in. And
okay.
Obviously quite handy with the stick too. He got away late for us. Unfortunate.
Played a bit of B grade at Sturt last year, I reckon. Before that, it was long time LO1s for Mercedes when he was one of those guys through there that had him up and about.
So he made an important 58. Winter having 5 for 38. Lockie, you made 53. Rose 3 for 39, but 3 runs short. So a bit of a heartbreaker there.
It did hurt. Like I said, we were right in it. There's a couple of drop catches as well, particularly with Jock and when he was early on. So. Yeah, tough game for us, but we'll bounce back.
One that got away.
What about Winter Irving? Good bowler?
Hammer? Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's very reliable, bowls very good lines, nice shape. He's their curator too, and he produced an absolute belter for batting. Okay. So not a bad word to say about Hammer.
Yeah, okay. Very good.
I saw him last night in the T20s. Yeah, good player.
Yep. The top of the table clash. Paraka 175, too strong for Grange, 117. Redeem 70. Andy Lee, the veteran, still taking wickets, 5 for 22. Ryan Thry, 3 for 28. So good win for Paraka there. Lockie, have you come up against either of those sides yet? Or you got them to deal with later?
Yeah, we got Paraka first game after Chrissy.
Yeah.
So be a good challenge for us.
Where's that at?
Home.
Beautiful. I'll say, Red Arm there. He's come across from District. I reckon he snuck through.
Yeah.
Might have been a bit of B grade at Prospect.
Yeah,
maybe.
okay.
I know he's made a few runs in the last few weeks, so he looks like a very handy pickup for them.
Definitely, yeah. Tight game. Port District's 157, beat Hope Valley 9 for 154. Nimsara 39, Fletcher Pennell 40, and Aranga 4 for 38. So tight one there. Port Districts, have you come up against them yet, Lockie?
No, we've got them last game of the year.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Okay.
Well, that could be a interesting game, couldn't it?
Maybe. Depends on how Port District go for the second half of the year. But, they're very strong. We played them in the T20 last night, and they were without a few of their guns. But, Gihan's obviously an old player for us, so we know he can play. And then you've got Aranga bowling rockets, so it's always a good challenge.
Definitely. Interesting game. Para Hills 9 for 229, defeated Goodwood 227, Broderick 88, and Caton 90, Mitch Quinn 60. And can you talk us through what happened in the last over? There was a bit of one of our previous guests, Alfie, didn't have the best last over from what I've heard.
Did Alfie bowl it, did he?
I think so. They needed 15 and he sent down a few wides. So
17 off the last over. I think it went 5 wides.
Wow.
Whatever, 5 wides, wicket. Then Big Mason Rickards hit the winning runs off, I think it was second last ball or something like that. So he would have been a bit of air guitar at the Para Hills Community Club.
Would have been a late night back there for sure. But
what a win they like. That's the stuff that is. That's why you play sport, isn't it? Really, for stuff
absolutely.
like that with your mates. You see, I saw a few photos on socials and that with the boys getting out there. I did bump into Trav Friday as well at the highway. I did bump into someone else at the highway Friday as well. Raj was at a basketball show.
Happening at the highway on the weekend.
What time of night was that?
No, it was still sunlight. I was there.
Trav's been at his Christmas breakup.
Good.
So we saw him, had a little chat.
Yep.
Don't know if he remember chatting to me or not, but I had to pick my lad up from work anyway, so I only had a few beers and that was just hanging around, having a look at the scenery and whatever we do. But Trav was on fire.
Yep. So, another guest that we've put the moz on there, Alfie. So hopefully we might have no one coming in soon if this continues.
If I knew that, boys, I would have said no.
Mate, it's only Alfie. He's the only one.
Yeah, okay. Ingle Farm, good win over Trinity, 9 for 233. McLean, 116. Totoli 40, O'Hara 4 for 31, Fernell 4 for 29, and McCard 3 for 12. So, Ingle Farm. Have you seen their form in the first half of the year, Lockie?
Yeah, they've gone okay, haven't they? We obviously haven't come up against them, so
okay.
that's another team that we've got in the second half of the year. But Connaughts goes all right, doesn't it? It's a great pickup for them. So I think they'll be competitive, and clearly, that's a great score and a great win for them.
Definitely. And Woodville South 206, Gutschke 60, White 87, beat Marion 149 with the Wiz 62. So important win for Woodville South was.
Oh, sorry, mate. I was reading the next thing there.
Okay.
You put me on the spot. No, it's good to see Wiz Stansborough there making runs. I saw he didn't bowl, so obviously age is catching up with him.
Maybe, yeah.
But no, he's still a class cricketer there. And Whitey, I reckon that 87 now. Whitey, former Goodwood player, leading the runs now in A1s, I reckon, after that. He's having a...
He is, yeah.
He was a very sharp bowler as well back in the day.
Yep. So if we have a look at the stats, as you mentioned, Mark White, Woodville South, 267. Q Connett, to Lockie mentions, 258 runs at 51. Pennell, 253. Charles Rogers was his mate, 233. Travis Wordsworth was his other mate, 224 at 32. Aaron Sayers from Grange, 220. Herman, 220. Burridge, 215. Lockie Tosh, 209 at 34. And Brody Whitburn from Old Scotch, 205. So... fair to say, has it been a bowler's first half of the year or not? There's it's not like the yellow ones where someone's racked up 800 runs, but it's not huge runs in the first half of the year overall in the top 10 there.
It does look that way, doesn't it? Obviously, you've got the comparison of 2-day cricket versus 1-day cricket, so that could contribute to that. Yep. But when you've got someone at 267 leading the runs, I think it probably indicates it has been a little bit bowler friendly to start the year.
A few green wickets around, obviously was. Yeah.
Back to like it used to be back in the day, where ball dominated bat. If you look at your club's history at the start of the year, Spoggy Aston, 100 wickets in a season.
Yep.
Guys are taking 70 and 80 wickets in a season. Guys weren't making the 700, 800, 900 runs they do now. So it's looking at the wickets there. There's a lot of wickets there already. Like end of the year, 20 wickets is a benchmark, isn't it, for a bowler? Anyone over that, you usually only about 15 guys in the league that get over 20. They've already got...
We've already got three over 20, haven't we?
Yeah, there's a few there. And with the runs there, a few of them still made some decent runs there, like heading for 400 runs in a season. So, but I would say ball has dominated the bat a bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe do with the weather as well, do you think?
Yeah, I'd say so. A few green wickets. But if we have a look at the bowling, so Winter Irving from Old Scotch, 24 wickets. Aidan Wilkins, Hope Valley, 21. Michael McDonald from Grange, 20. Jared Furnell, Trinity, 20. Mark Barber still doing his thing, 17 wickets. From Ingle Farm.
Do you reckon he's the oldest man in A1?
No, Jamie Jarrett's older than him, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He just slipped out of the top 10, I think, but he's making runs for Paracas still, so still going strongly. Ranawera from Port District, 16. Oliver Jackson from Goodwood, 16. Grant Carey, 15 wickets. Charles Rogers having a good all-round season, 14 wickets. Fletcher Pennell from Hope Valley with 14. Stephen Lanus with 14. And Max Marsden with 14 wickets. So some strong performances there. Who's the best bowler you faced so far, you reckon, in the first half of the year?
Well, I'll pick two.
Yep.
Max Parker from Goodwood was really crafty, really tough to get away, and played out at Flinders Park and made it really hard to score. Very impressive variations. And Aidan Wilkins from Hope Valley out there bowls their deck very well.
He's a gun.
Yeah.
Year in, year out. Like when he moved across from Modbury, he was good at Modbury and he's taken the game to the next level. I mean, he was playing down in A3, A2 or whatever, but he's Premier A1 player.
Yeah.
So how many medals has he won, you reckon?
Oh, it's a few, yeah.
No, he won the COVID year, went around his house.
Yeah.
I reckon, took a photo.
There's been a few for sure, so definitely. And what do you guys reckon you need to do in the second half of the year to turn it around and stay up? It's going to be a challenge. You got a tough draw, so...
Yeah, we do, but like I said, I think we've been there or thereabouts. So I don't think we need to change a hell of a lot. I think apart from the last game and the first game against Goodwood, the batting side of things, we've probably been a bit lean on.
Yeah.
We've had a really strong bowling year in terms of blokes restricting sides to smallish totals, but we just really haven't had enough runs on the board to defend that. Yep. So for us, I think it's just more grinding out innings, batting deep, and taking scores to 200 plus to give our bowlers a good target to bowl at.
I mean, losing Matty Overall, you can't replace him. Like, I see where's he gone? In Canterbury? Saw he played Port Elliot on the weekend and didn't make a few. So my nephew there at Port Elliot, they got the win, which I think they got lucky. But
beautiful.
He's a good player, isn't he?
Yeah, it is. And I think for us, it wasn't about replacing someone that you can lock in for 400 to 600 runs every single year. It's about recruiting in and around that to try and lighten the load. And obviously, there's more responsibility on us as senior players as a batting unit to pick up that load, which, as I said, I think we've recruited quite well in that regard. And I think, if we, as a batting unit collectively, if we can put more runs on the board, that would sort of account for someone like that was.
I remember he torched Unley one day, 170 I reckon he made, when I reckon you guys might have gotten close to 500 at Flinders Park, put one through the window of the club. I was there the next morning for juniors, and the glazier was there putting in a new window. Tried to tell the boys how to bowl to him. I bowled to him earlier that year in the LO1s, I reckon, and luckily got him first ball.
In the LO1s, what are you doing down there?
I obviously playing a one-off game or whatever. Big fella came out to bat. I just bowled a 4-1, clipped it off his toes, first ball. Tell all the A-graders, mate, pitch it up to him. I don't think they quite did it that day. But yeah, no, he's a good player.
Yeah, and you mentioned you played a little bit in Scotland, and also you played in Melbourne. I guess what was it like playing in Scotland? What was that experience like? And the Melbourne compared to I guess playing in Adelaide, what's the standards difference there?
Yeah, the Scottish League was actually quite strong. So we were in the top tier of the National League. So played against players like Azhar Ali before he played for Pakistan. So some quite handy cricketers sort of floating around. Was to your point around sort of just being extremely bowler friendly at the start of the year. Christ, that was tough.
Yeah,
tell you what, my motto was flatter the better. But for this is the Green Seamers, which you know, the club that I played for prior to me coming had Tom Cooper. So when they thought they got another bloke from South Australia, I thought, right, this bloke's going to be all right. But I reckon if you looked at my stats for the year, I probably didn't get over 30 runs in one dig. So just nibbles around, and it's quite challenging to play. But in terms of the overall experience, it was a great experience. Played with some great cricketers, played against some good cricketers. The Melbourne experience was good again. And old Zabs, they play in a one-day competition, so it was great just to have something that's sort of lowish commitment, but still handy stand, playing on all the private school facilities. And you know, for a bloke that played on country level facilities most of his time growing up, having something like that was a blessing in disguise. It was great to play. Although I was a fish out of water, mate, in terms of rocking up all the private school kids. But it was good fun nonetheless.
Oh, fantastic.
What about around the club? Who does a bit of stuff around Flinders Park there? Give a mention to.
Yeah, plenty. It's always tough when you sort of single out a few names because so many people do so much. But the one person I do want to give a shout out to is Tony Crichton. He's actually just won our back-to-back Volunteer of the Year award for the club, and that's across footy, cricket and netball. So in the cricket season, he makes our tees every week. He's there at 9:30, 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning, and then he's kicking us out at 11:30 with his eyes hanging out of his head because he kept the bar open a little bit too late for us. But he does a great job. As I said, does the tees, he sets up our ground. He's the man that sort of does everything. And then footy season, he does the exact same thing. He's there at 8 o'clock in the morning to 11:30 at night. So big shout out to Tony. He does a power of work for us around the club.
Relation to Luke?
Dad, old man.
What about Adam? Adam Crichton?
Is that Luke's brother? I couldn't tell you.
Are they brothers?
I'd say so. He played a lot of cricket at Flinders, and he's now
I'd
commissioner,
say so,
is he?
Yeah. I've met Adam.
Woody Recabites as well.
Yeah, that's
Adam.
right.
That'd be his brother.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. Oh, there you go. So blokes like that, the heartbeat of the club, aren't they? Keep
Absolutely.
it ticking.
Absolutely, you need them.
Yep.
Now, you got new practice wickets down there?
They'll be done next year. So this year we're sort of a little bit displaced. We're sort of training here, there and everywhere, but the facility that we're going to get looks immaculate. We've got 3 or 4 hard wicket nets, and then we're going to have 3 or 4 turf nets right behind the goals. So brand new netball courts as well. So our motto at Flinders Park is one club. So everything will be under the one roof for the first time. So looking forward to that, mate. It's just been a challenging year to try to find a place to have a hit to date.
Yeah, okay.
So where have you been going?
Here, there and everywhere, mate. So we've been training at Adelaide Oval in the indoor nets. We train pre-season, a little bit at Woody Recabites, a little bit at Woody South. Training at Fulham on a Tuesday night. So it's a big shout out to those Western clubs that have supported us this year. It's been great amongst that little community, particularly when we needed a place to train. They've rolled up the sleeve and helped us out.
Oh, that's fantastic. They're opposition, but they're also helping you as well. So
absolutely,
that's really good to see.
It's the most sincere thing you've said on the show.
No, I wouldn't let you in, I tell you. Don't worry about that.
David's still doing the wickets down at Rechabite, so probably
he would have been bloody rolling at the week over there. Give you all bruises and everything else.
Yeah, correct.
But no, good stuff. So we might get your tips for the next round of games and see what you think. The guests are sitting second on the tipping ladder, so a bit of pressure on. But we've got Grange versus Ingle Farm. How do you see that one?
Yeah, I think Grange would just be too strong there at home.
Yeah, I'll go with Grange as well, I reckon.
Yeah, I think so. Agreed. Parahills hosting Old Scotch, Lockie.
Yeah, played both his teams this year, and I think Parahills out there will be too good.
Parahills at home for me.
Agreed. Marion versus Hope Valley.
Yeah, I'm going to lean with the side I've seen this year, and that's Hope Valley. Obviously, we haven't played Marion yet. We've got them in the second half of the year, but I think Hope Valley will get the chocolates there.
Yep.
I reckon I'm going to go Marion here. I just think the wickets at Marion's pretty low and slow and whatever else, so I just think the boys play it pretty well there as well, so I'm going to go Marion.
Okay. Hope Valley for me. Trinity versus Woodville South. Now, how long on Google's Maps for that trip?
It's a good trip as well, mate.
It's not. An hour? Good hour. So, yeah, what do you think, Lockie?
I'll be backing Trinity this one.
Yep. Was?
Yeah, I'll go Trinity at home.
I think so, Trinity as well. Port Districts versus Goodwood, so 8th versus 5th. Big game down at Port Districts.
Yeah, big one. It's again, I'm going to probably side with the side that I've seen this year, particularly in the 2-day format, and that's Goodwood. Although they probably haven't gone as well as what they did last year. They bat deep and they bowl well. So
yeah, Goodwood after Christmas, I reckon will be all guns firing.
Okay, yep, I agree. And you boys are taking on Paraka, so big challenge. You are at home, so yeah, good opportunity to start off the new year with a big win.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You can't back against yourself, mate. No, I won't do it. I'm backing us to turn it around and put in a real strong showing against Paraka.
Okay, what do you think?
Go easy, Was. Be careful.
Yeah, I'll go with Paraka. I'll give him a chance this week.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
I'll go Paraka as well. But if you look at our tips, they're not going that well, so that could be a good thing for you.
Well, you're not going well. You're equal last.
With you, so yeah.
Mate, that's the highest I've been all year, equal last.
Yeah, hopefully the second half of the year is a bit better. But you mentioned you got a tough draw in the second half of the year, but you're confident that with the players you got, you can turn things around?
I think so, absolutely. I think if you look at our bowling unit, it's strong. You obviously got Daniel Clark bowling well at the top and bowling quick. You got Josiah Jibb supporting him quite well. You got Sam Rose, as I said, he's come back to the club. He's taking wickets regularly. Tom Cousins, our spinner, and we got Simon Sorensen, our import from Denmark, of all places. He's been bowling really well. So
what's he bowl?
Bowls Meadows,
yeah.
Seam up, as you'd expect, coming from a European country with a beautiful green deck, mate. I think in terms of our unit collectively, if we can just post a few more runs on the board, I think it'll be very tough to beat.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Anyone rising stars coming up through the ranks? Anyone in the Bs knocking on the doors? Any young? You've got decent junior program out there. So
yeah, we do. Yeah, so there's a couple. We got a good young quick Luke Fordington from the B grade. He looks really nice.
Is he left armour?
He's left armour. Yeah. There you go. Was good research.
No, I reckon I played him the other year. He's going to be a good player.
He's only 17.
Yeah, okay.
So he's fresh out of our 17s from last year. So he's good shape. Once he fills out, I think he'll be a really good player. We had Ben Sheff last night take 5 for 2.
Wow.
Very, very good player.
Yeah, okay.
In B grade, young 15-year-old. So I think he's obviously out at district cricket as well. So hopefully we can get him soon once he comes back. That'd be nice.
Mate, he's going forward, I reckon. He's got a few years to play up in Saka and that.
Yeah, he's a good player. But again, our strong junior program, whether they're playing at our club or not at the moment, we've got Roman Crawford, who's the captain of the under-17s, came through our junior program and Woodville. So if these young kids come back to our club, which we hope they will, they're still heavily involved. Be a really good gain for us.
Fingers crossed. We might fire you through the mad minute, Lockie. So we've got a few quick fires for you, and we'll see what you got. Toughest player to captain at Flinders Park?
Daniel Clark.
Best bowler you've faced this year?
Or Max or Wilco.
What about best batsman in A1?
Oh, Broderick's still pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's racking them up, that's for
He
sure.
is, yeah. Teams to beat?
Grange.
Your favourite cricketer?
Shane Warne.
Favourite all-time sportsman?
Roger Federer.
Yeah, good one. Best ground in A1, apart from Flinders Park?
Woof. Well, I gave Hammer a shout-out before, so I'm going to say Scotch, just because it's flat. Like I said, I like a good batting wicket, so if you're going to discount Flinders Park, it'll be Scotch for me.
Okay.
Is that Scotch 2 you played on? Or Scotch 1?
Yeah.
Yep. No, it's a unique shape, isn't it?
It is. And they captain it very well.
150 metres to one boundary, 37 to the other.
Correct. It's actually very, very tough to play on, but in terms of the wicket cross, it was good.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Best patron at the bar at Flinders Park?
Mitchell Bromley.
No hesitation there.
No, absolutely not.
And what are you looking forward to most over the Christmas break?
Probably not thinking or talking about cricket, to be honest. Like most people that take on a hell of a lot at the club, I think people are just looking for a bit of time to refresh. I'll still obviously be tuning into the Boxing Day games, some of the Big Bash, but looking forward to a bit of a break, boys.
And away from cricket, what are you doing away from cricket, work-wise, etc.?
Work-wise, so I'm working with Football Australia now. So
Okay.
I said I wasn't too handy with the round ball. It's quite ironic that they pay my wage was.
Yeah.
So again, in the community space, just
Excellent.
trying to get as many young kids involved in
Okay.
the game.
Yep.
With the great Tom Monsignor.
Yes, Tom. He's just moved on actually, but Tommy and I work very closely. He was actually in my team.
Yep. Well, Tommy's an only boy, and
He is.
cross paths with him through soccer as well. So yeah, small world.
Yep.
Okay. And you
Yep.
crossed paths with Lockie back in many years ago. did
Yeah,
you?
Lockie was our cricket officer at Unley, I reckon, back in the day when I think first night of the Woolies Blast or whatever, 120 kids on the oval, and
Chaos, mate. Absolute
it
chaos.
was chaos. Yes, it was. It was good times. You were very good back then, mate. I mean, I must appreciate all the work you did for us and Unley, and it's still going pretty strong there. Still got nearly 200 kids, I think, out there. So it's a big junior program, and same as Flinders a bit. You look through that, heaps of kids through the state program and whatever else. So yeah.
No, thanks, mate. I think the work that you've done at Unley, and not to single out your club, there's a lot of clubs that do some great work, particularly in that cricket blast space and getting young kids involved with the game. I think it's critical. It's critical to the future of our clubs, critical to the future of the association. So it doesn't happen with one person either, particularly the size of your program, mate. So I'll fire that right back at you. Well done.
Hey, someone said well done to
Yeah,
us.
I know.
First
Take
Take it. Take it. This is on record, isn't it?
We've run out of tape, mate. We'll run out of
That's
tape.
bad luck.
We made some history on this show tonight, but thanks very much for coming in, Lockie. Great to have a chat with you and hear about your cricket background, and good luck with the second half year at Flinders Park. And we do have a voucher for you to head down to Sporties, so have a meal down there.
Beautiful.
Take one of your teammates down there and enjoy a meal and some drinks down at Sporties at the Arca Bar. So.
He didn't trust us. He's gone and checked it.
I'm just checking the value because that would determine who our take was. So to my point about Mitchell Bromley, he's a no-go.
$50 voucher there for Sporties. Hurley's Arca Bar, great sponsors of the show. The reason we got the show is they're backing us here, so they've given us some vouchers as well. So go down there, tell them you're on the show, put it up on the big screen, and you'll enjoy it.
Perfect.
Thanks
boys.
for coming in, mate. Good luck for the rest of the year.
Thank you.
That's the A1 wrap for the first half of the year. Was Merry Christmas to everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Ho, ho,
Straight back.
ho, hey?